So in this video we're going to talk about React.memo. So the React.memo is one higher order component and it is mainly used to improve the performance of our application by memoizing some component. Suppose we have one React functional component which takes some props. Now whenever we export this component, we can use the React.memo. We can pass this component and this way we can memoize our component. Now this component will only re-render when the prop of that component changes. So this way we can reduce the number of re-render and we can improve the performance of our application. So let's now see how we can memoize one component in React. So here we have one grid component and the grid component simply takes one name as a prop and then it returns welcome and then the name of the user. And you can see here we are not memoizing, so let's now see how this affects. Now we're gonna put one console log right here to track the number of re-rendering happening to that component. So here we're just gonna simply say grid and then the username rendered. So every time this component renders, then we're just gonna console log grid and then the username rendered. Now here inside the app component we have to pass the name prop. So first of all we're gonna pass the name as John, and this way we can have multiple grid component with the name Sam and Tom. So you can see whenever we first refresh, so 3 of these components rendered and that is totally fine. But now if we only change the property Tom and we can make it TomX, although we are making changes to the property Tom, but other 2 components also going to re-render. So you can see both 3 of these components are re-rendered, although we have only make changes to this component Tom. So these 2 components are rendered unnecessarily and this can affect the overall performance of our application. Now to fix that we can use the memoization. So here while exporting the component we can use React.memo and inside that we can pass our component. Now our component is memoized. That means this component will only re-render if the prop of that component changes. So let's now see how that affects. So if we refresh, so initially 3 of these components rendered as usual, but now if we change only the property of the Tom, so now you can see only the Tom re-rendered and other 2 components did not re-render, and that is only because of this memoization. So this way we can use the React.memo and we can improve the performance of our application. So that's it for the video. See you in the next one. Take care.